My name is Letitia Pledger, and I will be your moderator tonight. I am currently on the Outreach and Events Committee, as well as the Women of Peace Corps Legacies Advisory Committee. And thank you all for letting us know where you're calling in from and how you're connected to the Peace Corps. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it to Kim Murphy, one of our co-presidents of Women of Peace Corps Legacy. Kim?
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Letitia. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight for our annual membership meeting, which happens every year in February. So mark it now for next year. As Letitia said, my name is Kim Murphy. I'm RPCV Sri Lanka, and I'm one of the co-presidents along with Jody Olson. And I retired a couple of years ago from a lifetime in the federal government. And now I'm a career transition coach and love being a part of Women of Peace Corps Legacy and supporting other women in their careers, amongst other things. So I'm here to tell you just a little bit about WPCL. Women of Peace Corps Legacy. That's our acronym. WPCL is an affiliate group with the National Peace Corps Association. We are all volunteer and fully funded through donations. We have about 800 members, mostly women, but also some men. And our mission is to advance women and girls' empowerment to create a better, more just, equitable, inclusive, and safe world for future generations. So, how do we do this? To give you an idea on that, so let's take a look at last year to give you a better idea. We produce bi-monthly podcasts featuring women leaders who share how their own Peace Corps experiences have influenced their careers in service to others. Our podcast can be found on our website and also Spotify and Buzzsprout. We select and honor 2 women leaders each year through our awards program. The Deborah Harding Leadership Achievement Award is given for lifetime service on behalf of women and girls. The Kate Raftery Emerging Leaders Award is given to a leader under 40 serving women and girls. And we are now accepting award nominations, and you can find the forms on our website. So please, if you know of a woman doing amazing work, please nominate her. We feature at least 2 virtual programs each year, as well as an in-person program, usually at Peace Corps headquarters, but sometimes at another venue. Like last year, we did it at the MLK Museum. We also have an in-person networking event every May at the Wundergarten, which is conveniently located close to Peace Corps headquarters. We sponsor a mentoring program that traditionally brings about 30 mentor-mentee pairs. This year, however, we have expanded greatly through partnering this program with our PCV Nexus. And we kicked off this year's program just last week. And later tonight, you're going to hear from 2 mentor-mentee pairs whose initial engagement has blossomed into long-term friendships. We also send our members a quarterly newsletter, which highlights our activities throughout the year. Membership is free, and you would receive this newsletter. And we encourage you to join us by signing up on our website. This year, we also started an initiative to post monthly blogs on a variety of topics. Now, last year, I'd like to highlight, we launched a new effort to support the Lorette Rupee Gender Development Fund. We believe that WPCL's overarching goal to uplift women and girls is fully aligned with the goals of the Rupee Fund. And we plan to devote more resources to support Peace Corps volunteers in the field who are working on projects that empower women at the community level. And we're grateful to all of our donors whose contributions enable us to continue our mission. So going to the next slide, you'll see we have a strategic plan, a
Can,
5-year
can I stop
strategic
you
plan.
for a second? A lot of us are seeing black boxes blocking the slides. And I think it might be on the sharing end because
Yeah,
there are at least a half dozen of us seeing it.
I'm so sorry. Let me restart the share because I'm not seeing it.
My black boxes just went away.
Hannah,
Okay.
just share, don't share your full screen, just share the presentation. Don't
Yeah,
share
just the
your,
presentation. Oh, it was because I had the chat and everything else.
Yes.
I didn't realize you guys could see that because I didn't think it would come up. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Good. Thanks
And
for
I
mentioning
think
that.
it's still blocked at the top.
Yeah.
yeah, and Hannah, can you go back to the other slide just so people have a moment to just to see it?
Yes, I'm so sorry, everyone.
There you go, just for a moment.
Um,
Perfect.
I didn't.
All good?
Great. Much better.
Okay. So as I was saying, WPCL is a nonprofit organization, more specifically a 501(c)(3), and we're governed by a 5-year strategic plan. And our core values are grounded in community, empowerment, intergenerational connection, and celebration. Now, we set goals every year, and as you'll see on the next slide, we have some for 2026 where we want to go. So, as part of our strategic plan, we set these goals. This year's goals are meant to increase our outreach, deepen relationships, and provide more professional development programming to support the increased population of unexpectedly and suddenly displaced workers in the recent past. So be on the lookout for this increased programming in support of folks in career transitions.
I love this.
And our organization is comprised of an advisory board, as you'll see on the next slide, and led by 4 officers. We included all of the names there. You may know some, I'm sure you know many, and we encourage you to reach out to us, any of us, if you have any questions. And if you'd like to learn more about how to become more involved with WPCL, I say quite confidently, we're all on LinkedIn, so that's a great way to find people quickly. And now I wanted to mention too, we are also comprised of 5 committees, and very shortly you will hear more from each committee chair to learn more about the activities that they have been involved in the past year. And at that time, I would like to ask if Erin is here to cover the financials, or should I keep going? I don't. No, Erin. Okay, so let's go to the financials page. Just a really brief overview, and to really underscore, we are a very serious organization and keep strict financial records per 501(c)(3) regulations. So, as an all-volunteer, donor-funded nonprofit organization, our strength continues to be community support and careful stewardship. So you can see on here, I'll just quickly overview some key numbers. In 2025, we generated just over 21,000 in total income, primarily from donations and some interest and dividends. And then our total expenses were just over 10,300, with the largest categories being program awards, office expenses, insurance, and contract support. Because we are volunteer led, we keep our overhead low and direct most of the funds towards achieving our mission. So as a result of this income and expenditures, we ended the year with a net income of just over $500. And on the balance sheet, you'll see total assets grew to from 86,900 and some to 98,500 and some at the year end. Cash and investment balances both increased, and all funds remain properly designated across the awards categories and other undesignated account. So overall, 2025 reflects disciplined spending, growth in assets, and a stable foundation that positions WPCL well to continue promoting women's leadership across generations. So with that, I will turn it back over to Letitia for the best part of the program.
Thanks so much, Kim. And thank you all for bearing with us with our little tech issues. We appreciate your grace. And yes, without further ado, we're going to kick it off to start our committee introductions and conversations, and they're going to share their goals and vision for 2026. So I'll go ahead and kick it off to Ruta and Malini.
Thank you so much, Letitia. Hello, my name is Ruta Adis, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the awards committee. And I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Morocco, working in agriculture extension as a beekeeper. And I wanted to, Kim already provided you a bit of an introduction to the two awards that we are currently now open for nominations. And I'll just talk a little bit about the process. When we receive all the nominations, that we have a panel of judges that selects the winner, and the winner receives $1,000 to donate to a Peace Corps partnerships program. And they also are highlighted on the WPCL website and social media, and are recognized in the National Peace Corps Association conference. And we'll also feature them on a WPCL podcast. So there are a lot of opportunities for visibility for the winners, and also ability to donate to one of the partnership programs. I'm going to hand it over to Melanie to present our goals.
Hi, everyone. This is Malini Patel, and Ruta and I are new co-chairs of the awards committee. So we're very excited to be part of WPCL and really engage the community and the membership. And so we've defined our goals for 2026, which are on your screen, which is increasing the visibility and recognition of both awards. The Deborah Harding Women of Achievement Award, which is for a woman who has made significant contributions and had lasting impact on the lives of women and girls. And the Kate Raftery Emerging Leader Award, which honors a young professional woman, typically 40 years and younger, who demonstrates outstanding leadership and an ongoing commitment to improving the lives of women and girls. So please, everybody on the call today, spread the word. The link is in the chat. Nominate people. We want as many women in our network as we possibly can, and we want to, of course, raise their visibility. And so that takes us to our second goal: is to increase the interest in nominating exceptional women, and then elevate and celebrate the women nominees and awardees. So one of our goals is, as Ruta said, we want to highlight the actual awardee, but along the way, we want to highlight the nominees as well. And then finally, we will announce the awardees at NPCA's Peace Corps Connect conference in July. Thank you so much, Letitia. Back to you.
Thank you so much. And now we'll kick it to the mentoring committee.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name's Ashley Farringer, and I am the chair of the mentoring committee. The mentoring committee, every year we host an annual short-term mentorship program, usually kicking off around February and ending around May. And we have an amazing pool of mentors, many of whom are on this call right now. This year, we have partnered with our PCV Nexus. This was a partnership that started last year and has formalized this year and come to fruition with our recent launch on February 17th of our spring 2026 joint mentorship program with our PCV Nexus. This partnership has done amazing things for us and our visibility already, including we've been able to pair over 74 mentees and mentors. So we have exponentially expanded our access to mentees who are still in the Peace Corps and getting ready to close their service. So our goals for this year, in addition to strengthening that partnership with our PCV Nexus, we want to expand our committee and our committee roles in general. In the last year, we had an influx of new members, and we're welcoming Deanna Blackwell and Andrea DeSantis to our committee this year. And this has led to the implementation of a new committee structure with program leads. So I am the chair and oversee all, and other committee members oversee things such as our mentorship program. Our connection with our PCV Nexus, so attending meetings with Nexus on our behalf, as well as working on our professional development program, something that we're partnering with our PCV Nexus on to deliver at least 4 professional development discussions throughout the year using their platforms and our members and connections to share some of our valuable information with a larger audience. And as ever, we are always continuing to expand our mentor pool to meet the diverse needs and interests of our mentees. And we always are continuously looking for other collaborations with organizations that are advancing women and girls. Um, with our PCV Nexus, there are 2 mentoring cycles a year. We're still in the process of, our official one, and we co-led the kickoff, is this one that's happening right now. But Nexus also does another one in August and September. And so we'll definitely be supporting with that. And we encourage any mentors or mentees to participate in that round of mentorship as well. So I think that's it for our slide. So thank you all.
Thank you, Ashley. And later in the call, we will be talking about maybe some success stories from our mentor program or some highlights. So just stay tuned for that. And without further ado, we're going to kick it to fundraising. Susan.
We don't see Susan.
Okay. Will anyone want to volunteer to read?
I'll volunteer.
Thank you.
I'll be happy to volunteer.
Thank you, Jody.
Yeah, Susan is leading a great committee, and we do fundraise. As was pointed out at the beginning, fundraising is critical, and donations is critical to who we are and for us to be able to grow and to keep going. So we have a goal of raising at least $5,000 for a March campaign, which is going to come out in the next week or two. You will all get a letter asking for a donation, and you can do specifically to the Kate Rafferty Committee, Kate Rafferty Award, or the Deborah Harding Award, and or to the general. And under that, you could also designate Lorette Rupee Award program if you would like to do that. So be ready, look for the letter, make a contribution as big or as small as you're comfortable doing. But it is important. This is who we are, and this is how we keep going. Thank you.
Thanks, Jody. And let's move on to comms.
Hi everyone, Rachel Allstott here. I'm one of the co-chairs along with Megan to do the comms committee. So this year specifically, we're hoping to engage membership more with more regular newsletter communication. We are now utilizing MailChimp to be able to send out more member-friendly emails. That this platform has made it a lot easier to send out communication. Additionally, we support committee outreach, kind of being the marketing arm for all the different committees and what needs they have for communication. Additionally, we promote events and initiatives that are going on. This year, we're also planning to continue to expand organizational storytelling via our newsletters, social media posting, and the blog on our website, which we've already started off with the January blog. That was lovely. I will put the link in the chat. If you haven't read it yet, please do. It's done by Kimberly Murphy herself, and we have another one coming soon that we're excited to put out. Additionally, increasing communication of Peace Corps itself and MPCA programming to our membership. So just continuing to share out information to make sure that it's reaching all of our membership as well to complete that relationship. And that's all we have from comms.
Thanks, Raisa. And thank you for also supporting this call today. We love comms. And let's go ahead and move on to Outreach and Events Committee with one of our, another new member to our team as well. Sandy, go ahead.
Thank you, Letitia, and echoing appreciation for comms for everything that we do. OEC is the Outreach and Events Committee, and as Letitia said, I am new. I'm very grateful to the guidance of both Letitia and Lynn Needler for all of their guidance as we've made this transition. But we are very excited about what's coming for 2026. There was a offsite in January with a lot of discussion in terms of themes for 2026, as Kim already said. And so we're really looking to design our programming around those WPCL 2026 goals, with a major theme being to cultivate relationships between intergenerational members. So you'll hear that a little later in the program. But some of the other things we're looking to do this year include broadening our membership and engagement with people of diverse backgrounds, but that also includes age, geographic location, and really seeking to build out our relationships with partner organizations. And that could include NPCA affiliate organizations, whether it's regional groups, like I'm a member of Northern Virginia, what do you call it? Nova RPCVs, but we have a new OEC member, for instance, Hannah Allen, who is joining us from Rochester, New York. So we're excited to expand our footprint there in upstate New York. So looking at a variety of different ways to approach it from the MPCA affiliate organizations, but also other community groups where WPCL might share values, groups like Rotary, other type organizations. We also want to work to leverage some of the outreach and events that we have to increase our brand recognition this year with the Peace Corps community, but also, as I think many of you may have seen, there's a lot of changes that appear to be afoot with Peace Corps writ large, but just making sure that policymakers are aware of Women of Peace Corps legacy and have the opportunity to engage with the advisory board with both legacy and also lessons from the members. And in terms of events that we have got a slide a little bit later, but there's 2 confirmed so far for this year. We're still working on the date for our May meet and greet, but stay tuned for that for those who are in the DC region. And then the Peace Corps Connect conference that was mentioned, that's July 18th to 19th. Beyond that, we are actually meeting on Monday, the OEC committee, to kind of build out what the rest of the year will look like. We will likely try to do a similar event, but with maybe a different theme at the MLK Library, which is the Museum of Peace Corps Experience, another affiliate group. But welcome any suggestions, ideas from both, from really anyone on the call and other women that you know. If there are areas of interest, please reach out to any of us and we will get them on the calendar. That's it. Thank you, Letitia.
Thanks so much, Sandy. And we hope you all are following us on social medias or different events that we are currently hosting. And this is a good segue into our next committee, our Extraordinary Women's Podcast. We hope that you all have been joining in on some of those conversations. And Corey, feel free to just tell us all that you do to make this
Thank you, Letitia. Good evening, everyone. It is definitely my honor to talk about Women of Peace Corps Legacies, excuse me, Extraordinary Women podcast. We interview successful women leaders who got their start as Peace Corps volunteers. And as you can see on our little map at the bottom of that slide, since we began almost two years ago, we've had more than 270,000 downloads from 54 countries, and we have won 3 top podcast awards. Excuse me. Here you can see the 17 amazing women we have interviewed. We try to have a variety of interviewees from different walks of life, and I'd like to mention just a few. From Peace Corps, we have Deborah Harding and Kate Raftery, obviously, the namesakes of our 2 annual awards, as well as our 3 former Peace Corps directors who you will hear from in just a second. From, from the NGO world, we have Latanya Mapp, who is president and CEO of the Global Fund for Women. From local government, we have Anita Friedman, who is the director of the Arlington County Department of Human Services. From the educational world, we have Juliet Sorensen, who is the director of the Rule of Law Institute at Loyola University. And just on a side note, she is the daughter of Ted Sorensen, who helped Kennedy create the Peace Corps, which was really interesting to hear about in her podcast. And from the media world, we have Nicole Bannister, our most recent one, who is an award-winning TV show host of the Nikki Bantz Live. And I think you will really enjoy hearing her podcast as well. Our next one up is Ambassador Stephanie Sullivan, who recently was our representative to the U.S. mission to the African Union. And at this point, I just will mention that we always start our podcasts with a quote from the speakers, and we'd like to play samples of that from our 3 women Peace Corps directors. Hannah.
Peace Corps is an incredible way to help us all be in a position that I think human beings can be. I don't care whether you're a liberal or conservative or tall or short or fat or thin. I mean, just having an appreciation of how we can benefit from differences rather than being fearful of differences. And to me, Peace Corps is one of the ways that allows that to occur, and it's fabulous.
For me, is that the most important things in life are the relationships of trust we build with other human beings. And I think that's true in business, it's true in family, it's true in service, it's true in life. Through relationships, we are changed and we are able to influence. Through relationships, we solve problems. Through relationships of trust, if we're working together, and I'm underscore together, we can overcome anything.
We all want to be honored. We all want to be respected. And so when you're a leader talking to somebody else, you know in your head that you want to be respected, you're the leader. Let go of it. How can you, as a leader, respect them? Because that's how they'll respect you. You don't prance around and say, hey, I'm the leader. You respect them. And that's where finding their interests, finding who they are, that's, to me, leadership.
All right, lovely. Thank you, Jody. Wonderful to hear you. And it's a good segue, I think, into what we're going to be doing. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Please go to Women of Peace Corps Legacy's website and click on podcasts, and you will hear all of 17 of our 30-minute interviews. And we look forward to hearing from you if you have somebody you'd like to suggest that we interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Corey. And we look forward to continuing to listen in, tune in. All right. So I kind of gave a little teaser in the beginning that we will be talking about maybe some of the success of our mentorship program. And we have this is the portion where we're going to basically a conversation, and we would love for you all to also engage with us as well. So, Pam, I'm going to kick it off to you to introduce our next topic or our next event that we have.
So thank you, Letitia. Yes, so I'm Pamela Martin, and I'm here to share with you a little bit more about one of our very most important programs. As Kim said earlier, one of our core values with Women of Peace Corps Legacy is that intergenerational aspect where women reach out across generations to work together, learn from each other, support each other. And this core value is really exemplified in one of our core programs, the mentorship program. For 10 years now, this mentorship program has benefited women of all ages, wherever they are on their life path, by providing a structure for mutual support and for the sharing of life experiences. So to learn a little bit more about the mentorship program, as Letitia said, we have with us here this evening a panel consisting of two pairs of a mentor and a mentee who've worked together for some time now. We have mentor Jody Olson and mentee Deanna Blackwell. And we also have mentor Kate Raftery and mentee Letitia Pledger. I think maybe we can see them all. I hope. See all of you in a moment. There we are. We're getting there. Here's Kate and Deanna. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Yes. Almost. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So I have just a few questions to pose to you ladies, and I would like to start with the mentees first. Could you tell us what drew you to the mentorship program in the first place? Maybe Deanna, you could start us off.
Okay. Thanks for the question. Well, I've shared this a little bit in other places, so you may have heard this before, but I was working at Peace Corps and nearing the end of my 5-year term, and I wanted to land someplace meaningful, and I wanted to shift from, before Peace Corps, I was in higher ed, so I was changing professional fields. So all I can tell you is I did I knew I didn't know what I needed to know to be able to navigate my way into a completely different professional field. And so I reached out for help. And the We at Peace Corps ERG was where they announced we have a mentorship program. So yeah, in my late 40s, they said I was not too old to do it. So I signed up, and that's how I got to the program.
Wonderful. Letitia.
Yeah, for me, I was able to have a unique, I guess, experience with Women in Peace Corps Legacy's mentorship program because during the time when it first was created, I was one of the people who helped pilot it while I was on the board of Women. What do we used to call each other? I was on the board for our Women's ERG at Peace Corps.
We at Peace Corps.
We at PC. And we were presented with this opportunity and I just like jumped on it because I just love, first of all, I'm a girl's girl anyway, but I just love having interactions with all different types of people in general. So I was really looking forward to doing it. And I guess I know we'll probably talk about this a little bit later, but really what drew me to it was the women that, the fabulous women that we were able to basically come in contact with, some of the founders of the Women to Peace Corps Legacy. And obviously I was paired with Kate. I think it was her sunny disposition and her humor that I was like, I think I want this lady, random lady at the time, to be my mentor.
That's great. So mentors, I'd like to hear from you as well. You're coming at this from a very different point in your lives. Kate?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was working at Peace Corps at the time and was involved with the mentor committee and at Women of Peace Corps Legacy. So it was, reaching out to we at Peace Corps as a pretty natural connection. For me personally, I was working in an agency that I knew quite well, but there were always so many people that our lives just didn't cross in my work. And when I saw the women that were involved with We at Peace Corps, not all of them I had the opportunity to interact with on a regular basis. And they were a really wonderful group of human beings. And so it was an opportunity to facilitate this relationship between Women of Peace Corps Legacy and we. But quite honestly, for me, it was an opportunity to interact with an amazing cohort of women that maybe I would never have had a chance to interact with otherwise. And then I won the lottery, because I got Letitia, whatever. But that was the beginning.
For me, it was, it's some of what Kate just said, that we tend to interact with people that are more or less in our own age group and had Peace Corps experiences in the same decade. And I realized with that, I'm just missing out on a lot of the world of returned Peace Corps women and all that they got from their experience as a volunteer and all that they themselves are giving back. So if I come into the mentorship program, it will give me a chance to discover this great wealth of wonderfulness and friendship among RPCVs that served a little later than I did, that don't know what stamps on envelopes are about, and that was the only way I knew how to communicate. But to see a whole different perspective on what Peace Corps gives us. And again, I've won the lottery a few times, and it seems like everyone is winning the lottery here. But Deanna and I have just had a glorious time, and the friendship from that getting together has just been terrific over these last couple of years.
That's great. Okay. Now I'd like to ask a question to each pair and hear from each of you within the pair. So maybe I'll start with Jody and Deanna. I'd love for you to each tell us at least one thing that you've gained as a result of this relationship or the process. Who'd like to start, Deanna or Jody?
Okay, I'll start to warm up Deanna here. Is that okay? A couple of things. One, I gained a friendship, a wonderful friendship that again is a person who from Illinois, volunteer in China, lived just a whole different life than myself. But what was really fun in building the friendship is what pulled us together and what made me interested in Deanna in particular is that we're both graduates of the University of Utah. And she got her PhD there, and I got my bachelor's degree there, different decades, but there we were. And so to discover how we came at one place from such totally different perspectives and why we were there opened up a world of just exciting new ideas and share our similarities and our differences.
Yeah.
I'll share two things. One in a very like in a really, I guess, practical way. One of the things I got from this mentor relationship was Jody's conversational, curious leading way of asking me questions about what I was doing, showing that interest, and then I'd explain what I was doing excitedly, and then she would flag things and ask more questions like, "Oh, what led you to make that decision?" "Oh, that's a unique way to look at things." And her doing that started giving me second thoughts like, wow, I do have a profession, like I'm not just a person doing a job. I am a professional. And thinking about, oh, I this is a strength. This is unique. So she helped me to value my own self as a professional. And the second thing is having joined Peace Corps headquarters at 2020 and witnessing Jody lead through the most difficult of times, unprecedented times. And then in this mentorship experience, I get to talk to her, touch with how she thinks about things, how she navigated through those situations. You know, I'm sure we've seen amazing leaders, but how often do we get to sit and spend time with them and they're open to tell us about their process? So it was a huge treasure, um, and a leadership learning for me too, to be with Jody.
Cool. Okay, now let's turn to Kate and Letitia. Who would like to start with that? What have each of you gained from this relationship or from the process?
I'll start, Kate. So I would say 100%. I feel like what I gained the most was just more love, just love in general. And of course, Kate has helped me the since the minute that we've been working together. She has helped me through the line with making decisions and, you know, for work in general, but really helped me get into this grad program that I got rejected. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And she was just there each step, making sure that I got the goal that I wanted, which was a free education. And she was just there. But one of the things that I would never forget, my mom passed away, and we had our funeral service down in the Virginia Beach area, and it was a ton of people there, and then all of a sudden I see Kate. I did not know that she was coming. I didn't know she even knew where the location was, but then I just saw Kate, and I was just like, wow, like that's the type of love, that you can't really articulate or place value in. I didn't know what I was getting when I signed up for this, but looking back, it's just it's just incredible to be able to connect with someone like we're like generations apart, not too many far apart. Kate, I won't do you like that, but we have so much in common. We laugh, we talk about my dating woes, and Kate just laugh, and she tells me about her success story with her partner, to make me feel bad. But Kate is Kate is amazing. So I feel like that's what I've gained the most is just love, more love. Thank you.
Actually, what I was going to say was that Letitia offered me opportunities to see life through a very different set of eyes. And I was going to mention that one of the most impactful events of my whole life, besides the mentorship in general, was going to the celebration of her mother. And when I drove in there, I go, well, I think I'm in the wrong place. But I mean, the number of people that were there, and the presence that Letitia brought to that event, she and her sister, it was one of the largest learning opportunities I ever had in my whole life. And so I guess what I gained was the knowledge that mentorship, and in many cases, for many of us who are in this program, mentorship has moved into friendship very quickly, and friendship that I keep saying, when is it over? I thought our mentorship thing was like over. It said months, and now it's like decades that I'm still in this relationship with Letitia, right? I think that she allowed me to see the world through just a different life, experience that she had, and hopefully she gained through my life experience. But it's such an honor to be a friend and colleague and gossiper and whatever we do when we get together. It's a real honor.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you all. Now I have a question I'd like to just kind of throw out there to all of you. It sounds like you've gotten a lot from the program, but perhaps there have been some challenges along the way. Could you tell us about any challenges that have come up?
I can quickly give a challenge for me.
Okay.
It's beginning this first session the first time. I get so nervous in that first half hour of that first session because how do I help create comfort in a conversation when I haven't met the other person? We're sort of looking at each other for the very first time. And what do you say? What do I try to say to build that immediate comfort so that we can begin to come together that slowly builds the friendship? So I get my curiosity, and I'm thinking if I ask an easy curious question to learn something fun about the mentee, and then offer something curious about me personally to try to lead off. But the challenge is helping establish as quickly as possible so that we can become close, we can trust, and we can become friends. And starting is always difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave us a challenge and you gave us some possible solutions as well. Are there other challenges?
I guess for me, it has not necessarily with Letitia, but just in general, finding the rhythm. With some people, like you could have a conversation every day. If it just like, and then well, that's semi-stalking. So maybe I shouldn't suggest doing it every single day, right? So it's finding that rhythm about, what time do you need to process what just the conversation just had? What there are actionable items at the end of many conversations. Both of us need to kind of break and go do what we said we were going to do and then come back. So it's finding the right rhythm with each one of the folks that I ended up spending time with. Yeah, so that it feels respectful, but also indicates I'm really interested in being with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything to add?
Well, I was going to share two quick things. I'm into the twos of things. One of them is, Jody and I met like every 2 weeks, maximum like every 3 weeks. We had an hour together of undivided attention. And, a lot was happening in those 2 weeks. So I found I would have like armfuls of things I wanted to talk with her about or get her perspective about. And we only had an hour. Like an hour went by fast given all the things we talked about. So I was reflecting on this. It really put the onus on me to self-examine, like what's really important here? What do I want to bring to her? So I had to really take kind of like an empowered approach to not just being a passive receptacle, but being really proactive about, okay, here's the top thing I want to talk about. And that was a challenge. And if I may do the second thing, what I thought would be a challenge was race. Because race is a defining part of my identity. And so I wondered, like, how will this work? Like, do we need to see the world from the same perspective and same lens in order to, have this be a beneficial relationship? And what I found is we have like 1,000 different ways that we connect on things. And, and we don't have to be the same in order for our connection to be fruitful, and that we always left room and space for both of us to share parts of our identities that the other doesn't have or share. And that became a part of our conversations. So we kind of flex that Peace Corps muscle of we hold ourselves and honor ourselves and bridge those differences.
Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to add about challenges?
No, Pam, but we can go ahead and transition to our Q&A portion.
Okay. Can I ask one last question, though? I really do want to hear somebody tell me why someone in our audience should consider becoming a mentor or a mentee.
I can speak very quickly. Sorry.
Okay.
As Deanna knows, I tend to jump in things. We can communicate with honesty and caring. That is a way that's difficult to get any other way. You think of the honesty and caring that we give each other when we mentor. We get good professional advice. And as we all know, we have a wonderful time. We laugh, we joke. Deanna has a perfect laugh, and I carry it with me every day. And we can't get it any other way.
Well, thank you, Jody. That was a great way to kind of round things up here. I want to thank all of you, Jody and Letitia and Deanna and Kate. And I want to say to everyone that if anything on this panel resonated with you, we hope that you'll consider becoming a mentor or a mentee for the next session. So now, yes, are there, as Letitia has already, given us a little hint here, it's the question and answer time. Does anyone have a question for anyone on the panel, or more broadly, a question about the organization or about anything that you've heard this evening? Please just raise your hand. Floor is open.
I have a question about the mentor program. What is the mentor mentee ratio, and is there a max of how many mentors and mentees you're looking for?
Maybe Ashley could probably answer.
Yeah. So there's not a cap, especially now that we are working with RPCV Nexus. So this year we had 74 pairings total. Our main goal is to make sure that every mentor and every mentee has at least one pairing. Some mentors have agreed to take on more than one volunteer, or sorry, not volunteer, mentee. And so this year, I believe we had about 50 some mentors and 74 mentees. So some mentors did take on more than one mentee.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Let me turn it back over to Letitia to close up for the evening.
All right. Thank you so much, Pam, and thankful for those thoughtful questions. It was fun to participate. Thank you all for the rest of our, I guess, mentor pairs as well, our participants. Thanks for just being you. Okay, so to close us out before we all get our tissues out, I want to thank everyone for participating tonight. And we definitely want you all to please, please, please stay involved. We want you all to be a part of our events. We have basically open. We have a couple open positions for our committees. We would love for you all to join us to make Women of Peace Corps Legacy an even stronger organization. So please, please, please just keep a lookout on the calls of like anything that we're doing, and we'll love to have you participate. So we have a couple of events coming up that we would like for you all to be aware of before we leave. And we have a slide for you all. Just give us 1 second while we pull that up. Hannah? Are you still with us, Hannah? But if not, we'll get you that email with our current events because I did not memorize them. But we do have some special events coming up that we're going to email out to you all to follow with us. And I'm going to drop in the chat our Women of Peace Corps Legacy Gmail. And that is a way how you can also get in contact with us and let us know if you're interested in joining our efforts. All right, so just reach out to Women of Peace Corps Legacy and someone will be monitoring our inbox and get back to you as well. And then I do want to note that Risa put in the chat our link tree that's going to have all the links for today as well. So thank you so much, Risa, for already doing that. And please just let us know if you want us to repost it if you don't see it in the current chat. And thanks so much, Hannah. We have our upcoming event slide, and we have a spring meet and greet where we're going to have it in May is our placeholder. So we'll give you the exact date once we solidify it. Usually our meet and greets are in person, and we know that some of our members are not in the DC area, which is fine. We usually try to find a way to have hybrid events as well, so we can make sure our members that do not live in the DMV can still be a part of our events. All right, and just Peace Corps Connect is July 18th through the 19th, and we're going to have some special events during that time. So continue to just look out for information about that as well. And I know for sure that we're still, planning for the year. So just keep a lookout for what's going to come up next. So I do want to thank you all again for joining us tonight. We appreciate you taking this hour out of your schedule to join us. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see some more people officially join us in a capacity, organizational capacity as well. Jody, did you want to say anything before we kick Kim or
Kim? Join.
Yes,
all right.
please join. And thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes. So thank you all. That's the end of our program. We look forward to connecting soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good evening.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.